Well... Well, really? A very generous offer indeed. Especially from you. I get such a warm feeling. Hey, this ladder's not for sale. The only things I sell are miniatures. I mean, if that tickles your fancy, you can buy as many as you like. Hi, where are you off to now?
Hello and welcome back to more Dark Souls 2. This is a weird day for me. I'm having to do post-commentary again. I have literally just finished doing this episode. Unfortunately, when I pressed stop on Audacity, it just deleted the whole timeline, which was very frustrating. So this is me basically back in the Black Gulch, and you saw that I'd dropped down an area to the left in, I can't remember, I think it was the last episode, I can't remember. So I've cleared this area out already. I'm just going to get rid of these little buggers because they can be a pain in the backside. Message rated there. And I think I just make a dash for it here and very nearly fall off the edge. So yeah, in the previous episode I dropped down there and there were those two giants. There was something down there, I forget what it was. Anyway, I found a forgotten key. I think it was a forgotten key. And I went down the well and I found a new catalyst and all that. So anyway, I'm just putting my magic hammer back on just in case. And in here, being a bit wary, I think my exact words were, what the hell is that? And then I realised it was that guy in the wheelchair, and this is the third time I've found him.
We meet again, young undead. You have the look of a true seeker. I am Dark Diver Grandal, seeker of dark, giver of dark. If you seek true dark, I will grant it to you, as much as you desire. Well then, is dark what you wish for?
So I found a new covenant, the Pilgrims of Dark. I don't want to join them. I'm in the Sumbros. Why would I want to join them?
Perhaps I was wrong.
Yes, you were wrong.
No, just ignore me.
I will happily ignore you. I can't ignore you if you carry on talking. Anyway, so that is what is through that door that you can open with the forgotten key. And I will see you as I progress through Dragleic Castle. So here I am in Dragleic Castle, where I had lots of fun in the previous episode with a room full of ruined sentinels, and I made sure that I went through. I also got randomly invaded by, I'm sure it was an NPC. Never came again. Wasn't happy with the way that fight went, just purely because it was hitting me even though I had my shield up. Yeah, it had a weapon that would cut through my shield, which is a weird concept, but anyway, that happened. Problems with the roll again. I cannot get used to the roll on this. Sometimes I will press the roll and it won't do it. I mean, that happened on Dark Souls, but nowhere near to the extent it seems to do it for me. You saw the two giants there with the torches. I managed to get both of them lit eventually, and it did nothing really. One of my friends suggested that might be part of. Apparently, there's an achievement for lighting all the torches. We'll see whether I can be bothered to do that. So yeah, we've got this stone tortoise guy there. Not much use. Think carefully. I did think carefully, and I thought, yeah, it's just a bunch of mountains. So I was intrigued. I wanted that item. I didn't know what that stuff there was going to do to me. So I thought, well, if I dip my toe in, so to speak, if it melts my toe off, then I'll know. And I find out. You can hear that noise, and I looked and my weapons were fine. So here I have a look. You can see them like sparkly. So I looked at my armour, and you can see that it has damaged my armour quite a bit for how long I was in there. So I think I put my regeneration ring on, and I contemplate how I may be able to go through there. And I think to myself, what about if I go in naked? That won't damage my armour. So there is Erin. What a beauty she is. And it's an Elizabeth mushroom. And then I was panicking a bit there because I couldn't find the stairs properly. But that seems to be the way to get through that stuff. I may wander through there at some point. Just to see what else is there. So yeah, I'm using Van Gaal's boots at the moment because with the I forget what the ring is called, the soldier's ring I think it is. It's basically like Havel's ring. I'm using that. There's this idiot here who I just think, well, I'll actually, forget him. Eventually. There we go. And there's also this stone guy. There's a few stone things around. I'm thinking, are they petrified? I'm pretty sure I'll get hit by that guy up there somehow. And I'm contemplating. Yeah, I hit that for some reason. I was contemplating hitting that guy with arrows. They're just so inerringly accurate. I mean, on one of my many runs through this area, there was one time and it was just hitting me where it shouldn't have been hitting me at all. It seemed like it was miles away and it would just curve at the last minute. I mean, that's pretty crap. The bend on the arrows, Beckham would be proud of it. So yeah, I could see that there was a fog gate up there. There'll always be a fog gate to me. And then I came into this room. There's just these masks on here, and I'd already had a bit of a recce up here. And these things spit poison arrows at you, and I thought maybe I could smash them. You can't. think that there was a tactic that I managed to get through here, not on this run. Here I just went for it. Not the best tactic, because poison is pretty devastating on this. And then I need to get through my menu. I very nearly died on one of the run-throughs through this area. And then that knobhead hits me with the arrow and nearly kills me. Yeah, I had a problem with the menu. Then I come up here and there's 3 of these guys here. And, you know, I'm not happy about where I'm having to fight them. Basically because there's archers to my right. And then he just kind of backs off. He's trying to lure me in there so that the other 2 can kick the shit out of me. I'm like, look, if I stand here I'm happy and you have to come and attack me. So here he does his attack. I hit him once. I thought I hit him twice. He clearly got his shield up and then did this lightning sword thing at me and I was like, what the hell is that? And he drops me a monastery charm. So I get in here and I got hit by an arrow then through the tiniest of gaps in that window, and which I wasn't happy about. Things weren't going well in this episode. I thought I'll just back off and go in this corner. And basically that guy disappears. I don't see him again. And I'm curious to see if I actually get any souls for him, because he literally just disappeared. Because I'm waiting for him, thinking I'll fight him here, because the archers aren't firing at me. And yeah, there's just nothing going on. Yeah, I mean this episode really wasn't going well at all. As you can probably tell from the title of it, there is a boss in this episode. Well, is it a boss? I think it's well, yeah. There's health bars on it, so it's classed as a boss. The return of an old friend. Not so much of an old friend. One of my favourite types of bosses, but I'll save that for later. Yeah, and then this guy keeps firing his arrows. The guy on the left, he's just not aggroing on me. So I'm coming up with a plan. What am I going to do here? So I think I'll just go and take this guy out. But he doesn't seem to want to leave his door alone. So I'm thinking, where's that other guy gone? So I'm having a look to see where he is, and you can see he's gone. I don't know where he went, how he got there, but it was quite strange. So I'm trying to lock on to this guy at the moment, and it's not happening. And we get into an arrow battle. So I fire an arrow at him, hide behind there. So I was quite happy with this tactic. It seemed to work well. He nearly got me, but I managed to get rid of him fairly simply that time. And then you could hear a splash, so I'm thinking, has he landed down there? I couldn't see him. I don't know where he went. And then another crossbower is firing arrows at me, making my life difficult. So yeah, I can look at this painting here, this lady. I'm not sure who that is. It's not the last we will see of her in this episode. So I was expecting the backstab. He comes out with his lightning sword, and I'm like, alright, I'll back off, and then get the backstab on him. Don't quite finish him off. And then that last hit does the job. So checking my corners as per usual. I get up here, I'm thinking there's I know there's snipers around here, so I'm taking my time, and then boom, invaded. Turn around and there he is. And it does the guard block on me straight away, and I'm like, Jesus. So I lure him or her into here. Did a soul vortex, and look at that. Totally avoided every single one of them. Which was very frustrating. So I'm just contemplating what to do here. Throw a soul arrow. Does reasonable damage. Hammer's doing reasonable damage as well, but it's got a lot of health. And then again that guard break thing. I do miss the kick from Dark Souls in this. So very quick, as you'd expect with a dagger, two-handing the dagger. No shield, but having to be very cautious. I was fishing for a backstab here, then got the guard break on me again, didn't take advantage. So I'm contemplating using some more magic. Thinking, shall I use that again? And jumping attack did really good damage actually. 388 that did. So I'm thinking that's a suitable tactic. Wait until she attacks. Bang, get in there. I'm calling it she and he. I don't know. I can't see. I think it's a he. It. Nameless usurper. Clearly not nameless usurper because it's got a name. But never mind. And then finally we got rid of that. So that's just an NPC invader. In case you were wondering, it is not a player invader. When I went back through on one of my other forays through this area, there was a message there warning me about a phantom. So there is an item down there. I was in no state to be dropping down there though. I was. That bit was so annoying. I pressed the lock on and it locked on something I couldn't even see. Instead of the thing that I could see. And then another crossbow guy. And he gets his royal longsword out. Oh, I just pummel him before he gets a chance to use it. Then I'm just having a little check around, make sure I haven't missed anything. I think that is where you need to drop down, but I wasn't willing to do it at this moment in time. Yeah, I managed to lock onto him again, even though I can't see him. And I just thought, I'll just leave him. So up these stairs, being very cautious, and noticed I could see through here, there's lots of messages, so I'm thinking something's going to kick off in this room. And look up at the statues here. And I'm inching my way in, and then boom, here's this woman. Now I'm looking at it and I'm thinking a bit more clearly and all the rest of it. I think that is the queen, isn't it? Because we're looking for the king. That must be the queen. So yeah, I got really paranoid here, and I thought, well, I'm just going to put the ring of life protection on. Plunging attack, butthole. Lovely message. So looking at that Colosseum thing on the right there, that looks prime for a battle in there, doesn't it? Yeah, I saw the message, be wary of duo, and I was like, oh great. I think I made my feelings perfectly clear on the, instead of having one interesting enemy boss where it's one-on-one, just throwing in a second one, it's reeks of laziness. So I came back through here thinking I could actually go and talk to her, but I can't. Not at this point, anyway. So I'll have a look at her for a bit. And probably suggested who it might be, and what purpose she might serve. Then I come back out here. Oh, and then suddenly I got some souls, so I think it was that guy that had dropped down ages and ages ago, so I don't know where he was or what he got up to, but he must have had quite an interesting adventure. So I'm just psyching myself up for the boss fight here. Because I'd seen the message, be wary of duo, I was like, oh, great. And I was just contemplating, because I saw that there was a message saying weakness to fire. I saw I could have my fire sword on and then still be underweight thanks to my ring of a soldier, or whatever it's called. And I come in and look, 2 Dragonriders. So Soul Spear's doing reasonably good damage there. And I'm not aware where the other Dragonrider is at this point. And then boom. Like what? Like, I actually thought it was invisible at first. And then I noticed the arrow and I was like, oh, there he is. So he's on that golden thing. And then I thought, well, maybe I should take him out first and then fight this one mano a mano. So he gets a Soul Spear, stunning damage on him. He's got a lot less health. I got hit there, which was I felt was harsh. The problem was I couldn't see where he was. Poorly timed roll. So I'm trying to get him in between. I was like, well, I'll give him a bit of a battering, and then that's all she wrote. So that was my first attempt. So I will cue the death montage. So this was my second attempt at this boss. So again, get the Soul Spear in quick. Get another one in. You can see that's a good, nearly a quarter of his health bar gone. So I'm now trying to think, well, I need to get a flask in here. He does that shield attack. So I told a bit of a porcupine. There wasn't actually a death montage, there was just another death. So there was no death montage. This is the boss fight in full. It's going to be interesting to actually watch this and do a post commentary on it. So I'm going in there, and again I use the 2 Soul Spears on him straight away. And then I felt unfairly hit by an arrow. I thought I'd got my shield up. So then I'm starting to think, well, if I stand here and bring the fight over here, but the other Dragonrider destroys the thing he stood on, and then I'm fighting both of them. And then I noticed that when I hit the black armoured one, that I actually took a lot more of his health off. So I thought, if I can take him out first. So you see, look at those hits. Look how much it's taking off him compared to the other Dragonrider. So, and then just back off. Gives me time to get a life gem in. And it's just trying to find an opportunity where I can get a hit on the black Dragonrider and get out of there, which that wasn't a good example of. That thrusting attack, I could dodge it a lot better with a roll. So I'm just closing the distance down, getting the red Dragonrider in a position where I can see him, and then I'm thinking, why don't I just hit him with magic? I have magic, it's strong, and look at that, hit him with a great heavy soul arrow, good damage, and then he does this, which I wasn't expecting. And this was where I was like, ah, that's that plan buggered. But I thought, stick with it. I didn't. I was trying to switch to the black Dragonrider there. So I'm just trying to get myself a gap here. Just putting shield up when I have to. Rolling out of the way, and then bang. One Dragonrider nearly down. Got caught there, and I thought that was going to be fight over. I managed to back off, get an Estus Flask in. The black Dragonrider actually got in the way of the red one there, which helped me. Hit him with that soul arrow. He loaded his shield just a fraction after I hit him. Got him, got rid of the one Dragonrider, and then the rest of the boss fight was just going to be a formality, really. Just don't make any silly mistakes, soak up his hits, get a hit on him when I get a chance. I think I do make a silly mistake at some point. There. I took an extra hit when I shouldn't have. But I thought I can still soak up one of his hits. And then just go in there and finish him off. And that's the double Dragonrider. That sounds like a cool game, double Dragonrider. So then I have a look at these, and somebody's put on there, praise the sun. And I like this message, bloody expensive, indeed. I wish I'd actually rated that message, so if you've put that message there and I didn't rate it, I'm sorry. Because I thought that was funny, because obviously it's made of gold. And in here we have a bonfire, and also Ben Hart of Jugo, or Yugo, or whatever you want to call it. And that is the end of this episode. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you later. Goodbye.